Well, howdy, folks. I think I need to update my intro.
It would be, I think, just for changes, just
Yeah.
throw some different music on there, throw people off a little bit.
Yeah, well, I need to work with that a little bit. Still has the old channel name on it, but hey, that's okay. I may just end up just deleting that TNG out of the logo anyway and just go with the Lone Star and be done with it. So, but we have Eat More Possum, Working Live from the Workbench, working from the Life Bench, whatever that is. Barkley's here. Watch out, folks. Yellow Rose, Lee, Tex Strong Guy, Michael, and Jim's, and that'll have it. Howdy, folks, fellers. Good to see y'all. I wonder if Tony's going to show up today. We need to talk goggles with him. And, well, I guess we need to talk goggles, period. Because, oh, Brand, you're going to love me. Brand's going to love that. Look, Brent, what I bought. I know you love these things. But these are the Integras. But I know you love these things.
The goggles with the actual switch,
Yeah. What's the...
Yeah, not the tap thing. Hate that. I hated that thing.
Well.
And then, well, the new ones on the Goggles 3, you can go and freaking get then the screen pops on. But
yeah, well, that
like I've done that like one time.
At the worst possible time.
One time I've done that.
But yeah, there is a lot going on with goggles right now. Walks now is coming out with something new. HD0 is just released a new version of the V2. They released a box goggle just a few months ago, and now Walksnail is coming out with the new what they call it again, the Ascent system. So UAV Futures had some going on with that over the weekend. And was it over the weekend? No, yes, yesterday. And so Walksnail is coming out with a new system. And I first was, and they're talking about, that they're saying Ascent, and it's, how they build up over the years and coming from analog, going to digital, and all that good jazz. And, the more I listen to their marketing verbiage, I'm thinking this is going to be something similar to HD0. And for those that don't keep up too much, HD0 is a one-way protocol. Basically, the drone sends, the goggles receive. If the goggles don't receive, you get snow on the screen. Whereas Walksnail and DJI, there's a two-way system. If a packet isn't received, it'll go back and resend it. And that's why we have a lot of latency on that system, because of that going back and forth before it gets shown. So, anyway, so I'm thinking, well, they're building some in competition to HD0. They're not, because then they come out with the specs of less than 30 milliseconds, which is too high to be a product to compete with HD0. Follow my train of thought there, or did yours already derail? I know I'm hitting with a lot of freaking specs right now, but something new is coming and nobody knows what it is. But they're all
Well, that's what always keeps us
less
from
heat sensitive or heat producing.
the problem with that thinking is like me, you just never do anything because you're always thinking there's a better freaking mousetrap on the way, and you're like, I'm gonna wait. I mean, you and I, we've been looking at different systems, and we're looking for what is going to be our new legacy system. What do we want to do so we can protect ourselves? And we keep going back. We had a long conversation, about walks now. It's like, we could go there, and guess what?
Well,
All you did was complain about walks now, but you still could fly with it.
yep, I'm going to share something real quick before we get.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about anti-gravity because.
Well, we're not talking. This is the new VTX for that new walk snail unit.
Right.
I mean, this is a tiny ass VTX.
That's little.
I'm guessing the bigger mounts is 30 by 30, and the smaller hole mounts right there, those are 25 by 25 probably. So it is a good bit smaller than what they have now. It does have this digital cable between the camera and the VTX. And but I can see where the antenna hookup is, unless I think it's right there in the middle. But anyway, here's a close up of it. And yeah, there's more there. Freaking.
So we got into this long conversation about all these different systems, and it really boils down to, because we're used to good cameras, good camera quality. And it really, I think the decision making kind of for us, at least for me, for sure, is going to boil down to how close can I get to DJI, which is sad, but that's kind of our thinking. I could care less about latency, but I really I want decent flying. I'm blind, so I need to be able to see trees, sticks.
Yeah, ghost branches and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, and with HD0, you can't, you've got to be kind of a pretty good pilot already and used to that type of flying and need that, that quick response.
Well, we got 3 digital systems out right now. DJI, Walk, Snail, Avatar, whatever you want to call it, and HD0. And HD0 has breakup because it's a one-way system. Okay. What they're doing different, and if you remember back when they released digital TV and they said either you get a picture or you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, when a TV doesn't get enough picture, it just blacks out the screen. Where Walks now, or HD0 goggles, they put on the screen what they have and the rest is snow. And then if you adjust the snow to be about the same color as the pixel next to it, then it's not as noticeable. But
yeah.
But HD0 has 3 VTXs on the market right now.
Yeah. And Walksnail gives you a lot of camera options. different nighttime cameras. They give you, the smaller cameras so you can fit them in the micro. So you get
let's go to the US shop for HD0 product. Okay. So here's the binocular goggle. That's $750. Now, mind you, that does not include antennas. Okay. A set of antennas for this thing will set you back another $100. Then you got the box goggles, which are $349 for the cheaper one or $399 for the plus model. And now you have this is FCESC. That's why I did. Where's their VTXs? Oh, up here. Okay. So you got the freestyle kit that you get one channel with 1 watt output. All the rest of 8 channels, there's a total of 8 channels, and only one puts 1,000 watt. The rest of them are 1,000 milliwatt, and the rest of them stagger down. Was the channel 8 only cranks out like 200 milliwatt. So then you got the AIO 15, which is an all-in-one for whoops. You got the race, and you get an all-in-one. And then you get the light bundle for whoops. So not a whole lot selection on that. And the selection on cameras is not really all that great either. And their camera quality is not all that great. But where they shine is with low latency, and that's what the racers need.
right.
And even with shitty cameras on the digital, they see more as they do with a good camera and analog system. So they kind of made themselves a niche market. And now here's the thing. And so you're thinking, I'll just get a module and plug it onto my Wuxnail goggles or an old Fat Shark goggle. Well, that's all well and good, except the module doesn't put out the 90 frames per second high frame mode into the out of the HDMI. They can't get that to work. So you're stuck at 60 frames per second, 720p, 60 frames per second on the module. That's why a lot of guys will buy the HD0 goggles so they get that high frame rate and then opt for an Avatar Wuxnail module to do like pretty flying, I guess, whatever you want to call it. Just back from a 3-day holiday. Welcome back, Jim. I take a little holiday before snow shoveling season starts again up there. Drone shots, howdy.
Yeah, so you got 4 different cameras with Wuxnail. HD Nano, Avatar HD Mini, the HD Nano, let's see, that is
Now there's a difference between the Nano and the Mini.
14 millimeters and 19 millimeters.
Well, the Nano and the Mini are both 14 mil cameras, but the Nano has screw holes on the side to mount them, where the Mini does not.
Doesn't, yeah.
Because they're just shooting for lightweight, and that little camera just gets pinched into place.
Right.
I've got one laying back there. That's why I know that.
You got, and with the 19s, you got the choice between the Moonlight and the Pro.
Well, there's two more cameras. You've got the V2 and the original camera. You got the original camera, you got the V2 of that camera, you have the Pro, and you have the Moonlight. And then the Pro is also on the GT kit for long range. So
it's crazy. I mean, we go through this whole cycle, and now I'm seriously looking at Caddx, so I can build stuff.
The Pro camera is really good.
Yeah, no, I've seen footage, and it's gyro. You get gyro data, right? So you can
gyro data, yeah, and it's recorded in the VTX on
right.
on the newer VTXs.
Is it okay? Is it recording in 4K?
No, the Moonlight records in 4K.
Right, and
All the others record in 1080.
It's because of the nighttime footage. Yeah. Anyway, you're almost. I mean, if you're a purist, you're going to mount this. You're really not going to get too fancy about your camera. You really don't have to, but it's really not a lot of cost between those. You just got to decide, I'm not going to record on my VTX, so I'm just going to mount a camera on, and I'm going to put in a 5-inch. Done. And now now I'm back in business again. I've got my HD in and out. And
here's the thing. Your average Joe Blow that just wants to have some show off footage to his buddies. Does he really need 4K recording, or will 1080p do?
4K, but I can get that.
You have a YouTube channel.
Yeah,
okay.
But there's a lot of ways to get 4K footage. I've always got 4K footage. I don't really need the VTX to do that for me.
Yeah,
I've done it.
I'm talking the non-YouTuber that just wants to shoot some footage to show mom and pop or his buddies.
Yeah.
Okay. 1080p is going to be more than enough if it's good footage.
Guys, if you like your buddies, you're going to show them 4K. I get your point totally. So
not everybody needs to shoot National Geographic.
What?
Okay.
The big thing was on the goggles, because that's really where the discussion went. Now, obviously, we got more choices here, but the discussion on the goggles that was pissing you off was the fact that when you first bought the goggles, they didn't come with a lot of the bells and whistles and the updates that were, and that's what pissed you off, right?
Well, no, when they come out with the goggles, they said that the board in the goggles, the receiver board in the goggles was upgradable, right? For the Walksnail Goggles X, they said that important. These goggles are future proof. We can get you a new board in there. You install it in a few minutes. I mean, it's literally 6 screws to take that board out. You take out 6 screws, you disconnect 5 antennas and the LEDs on the front and a power connector off to the side. So it's pretty freaking easy to swap out that board if you had to. But then, recently I inquired about getting a new board because I want that head tracking feature. And then I'm being told, that board's not upgradable because that board won't talk to the other boards that are mounted on the side of the goggles.
And that my interest lies beyond what this system does. It lies in the ability for me now to take that goggle, if I were to invest in it, and mount the new Wi-Fi system into it. And that's, to me, where the interest comes. It gives me something to puzzle over, and I can now join the club discussing the idea of testing that out.
So, and in all reality, I'm going to admit to it now, I did buy a new set of freaking walks now goggles. Yes, I did.
Yes, I did.
I found a hell of a deal on one and on Facebook, which was even cheaper than was the discount they were offering me from Walks Now. So, yes, I did order a new pair. My old pair is for sale. If anybody wants an old pair of Walks Now goggles, I do have the expansion board with it, so you do have the head tracking, but you gotta put that ugly box on top of your goggles. So
Yeah, you can't. It doesn't fit, right?
well, it fits. It's just ugly as thin to have that big freaking box on top of your goggles. Because then
Yeah.
the analog module goes on top of that, and then the antennas go on top of that, and then you look like a freaking unicorn. So, but anyway, no, I wanted a head tracking functionality in the goggle. I didn't want to. I don't want to deal with analog because I'm not flying analog. I don't have anything analog.
Yeah.
And I did have an analog module at one point, but I sold that thing about 2 years ago.
I don't think friends let friends do analog.
Yeah, friends don't let friends buy shitty chargers either, but
Well,
you know, if a friend is too freaking stubborn to spend a couple of bucks on a decent charger or a decent controller, there's
that's
not much you can do, is there?
8 years, not a decent charger
Yeah.
in sight. I'm going to
If
be.
your house hadn't burned down yet, it's a freaking miracle.
That's a great charger. Think about it. Like, think of what I
Yeah.
got out of that.
Well, is that the reason why I only charge your batteries about halfway?
Yeah,
I have yet to see a video where you start out a flight with a full freaking battery.
Yeah, that's true. You're completely right. I mean, I'm probably destroying
I take
batteries
that
with that.
back outside of a Nevada, okay? Because not even you can screw up the charging of a Nevada battery, DJI battery.
Here's
So
a guy that's selling a Gep RC Vapor D5. He's got for freaking 450. That's a
yeah,
good
that's
price for
already
that.
sold, ain't it?
Still it doesn't say it's sold.
So
Anyway, that's
I mean, I don't think we're going back to analog.
no.
Where we're going is a completely different direction. So we'll get into that here in a second. But yeah, right now, I mean, if you want a DJI like system, you're looking at Walks Now. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you want to hold your feet still and find out what this Avant system is about, or Ascent system is going to be all about. But I mean, they've been talking about it for months now without seeing any kind of progress on that. So
Expensive, yeah.
there's a lot of Walks Now saying there's a Moonlight Kit V2 coming out. There's the long range kit, the GT kit. It comes out was a V2 version. So we'll have to see how all that plays out. But I mean, I don't know if I'm future proof at this point, but these goggles were made that I just got were made in May of this year. They have the new memory in it. They have
Yeah.
the head tracking on board. I'm feeling a little more confident that this is actually gonna hold me over for a bit. Yeah, 364K. Well, apparently DJI has now started a rumor that they're coming out with a DJI is coming out with a 360 drone now too.
Yeah.
Yay. I
Yep. They got to
saw a
answer.
thing on Twitter. Of course, I had to reply to it. You know, there's another drone we're not going to see in the U.S.
And it's going to be good. The problem is there's still problems with the software. People are still pissed off about the 360 right now.
Well, the problem with the 360 is, for one, the software, for another, the non-replaceable lenses.
Right. They just
I've
are.
already seen people post pictures on Facebook or on social media where they done managed to scratch the lenses, and you know, anybody else in the world can send it in and have it repaired except the US. Saw a guy earlier releasing a video where he bought his Mini 4 Pro out of South Korea. Well, that might be all well and good, but when you need service, you're not going to get a service. Because that was meant for the Asian market, not for the US market. DJI ain't going to service it. So, are we planning to add the anti-gravity bird to our fleet? That would be a no. Piloting skills was the anti-gravity are going to be.
Oh, people are going to fly that. People are going to fly that into freaking trees and shit. I mean, that thing is going to get lost. I guarantee, as much as that's going to be cool with the video, there are going to be more freaking lost anti-gravity drones. I can see the problem. Everybody's going to be like distracted and they won't see that branch. And I mean, to me, that's what I see. And I
don't even see that, but hey, Brad is here. Howdy, folks. The piloting with the anti-gravity is going to be a lot different.
Yeah.
Where with our current drones, we chase the shot. Was the anti-gravity, you let the shot come to you.
Yeah, and
you don't have to frame a shot anymore because you can do it in post.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. You just fly a straight line from point A to point B, and then you go and post and adjust the picture as you want. There's no skills to that anymore. It's just you just fly in a straight line. And what's that Insta Love toy that they come up with, the motion whatever controller that they have? I'm not sold on that at all.
Yeah, it's strange. I understand that a lot of people are talking about the fact that it's going to be a different flying experience. You need to just get on board and learn from that platform. The problem is everybody that flies drones already knows how to fly. We all have been flying with controllers with 2 sticks, and all the toy market is controllers with 2 sticks. I mean, even the joystick is close. I mean, I can fly with the motion controller, but it still flies like a drone, and that one is just
yeah. No, you worked up a lot of skill over the years, maneuvering your drone just the right way to get the right shot, frame it right. Don't do anything stupid where you picking up jello or jitters or whatever you want to call it. But all that's gone by the wayside with the anti-gravity. Because you're just shooting it down a straight line and you literally let the picture come to you. what was it? Potato Jets video where he just parks the drone above the motorcycle course and just lets the bikes come.
Right.
And then he goes in and posts and picks out the nicest frames and calls
Right.
it.
Right. You get the camera where it needs to be, and then you let the shot happen, and then you just
Yeah. Yeah, 360 will help you find lost shots. Yeah. But I think I'd rather stick a 360 camera on an FPV drone. And there was one out there before for the original Insta 360. Was it the RS series cameras? There was a frame where the camera fit in and the battery was kept flat so they could make the FPV drone go away. But you would fly it FPV through the goggles was a FPV camera on the front, and then you would extract the footage out of 360 camera and move it and grab the shots, the frames that you want. Akirasho, howdy feller.
I'm not Francis Ford Coppola. I want to fly. I want the flying experience. That's why just sit a drone up there and not. I guess you put it and then you're just looking where your shots are going. I guess I can see that. You got the drone stationary or even maybe moving slowly, into open space, and now you're looking to see how. Because obviously where you look is not necessarily what you're filming. It's just you're just looking to monitor the drone. And I just don't like the idea that you're distracted from where the drone is going and you're not monitoring its direction or its course. That to me is a little bit, and I understand that you just can't have it moving, but yeah.
Yeah, and I still want to see how that works because it does have pilot cameras on the front.
Right.
FPV cameras on the front.
We don't know. Yeah, we don't know everything right now. We don't have.
We don't know what it looks like in the goggles. We don't have any goggle shots. We don't have any OSD shots. We don't know how any of that looks like right now.
What we do have though is frustrated pilots. Nobody's saying it, but if you look at right after they're done, what they're if you look at their energy, it's frustration. They're just like,
yeah. Well, they're standing there trying to figure out something nice to say about something they can't find.
And then it's always like, hey, check this shot out. Look at how close I was to crashing it, but I didn't. I was lucky.
Yeah. Look how close the tire on that bike got to taking me out of the air.
Possums and the photo quality will suck with the anti. Yeah, it's the 360 cameras they're great for like picking out non-moving subjects and getting the big picture, but trying to track something moving quickly and getting good crispy video. There were some birds. I did like the shots that I saw where the bird attacks were going on. And there were some great some still frames, but yeah, it's not done. It isn't finished, and they are getting feedback. I sent them a request and said, hey, I'd love to give you some feedback. Send it to me. I love the fly. I like the film. I got really cool stuff to look at. Give me,
Jim sums it up right there. The launch was too early to let it out of bat.
Yeah, why are they doing that to
us? Exactly. I don't know who they thought they needed to beat.
Yeah.
Or they couldn't deal was DJI releasing a 360 camera. I have no idea.
Yeah, why HD0. The problem is I think HD0 has their foot in some possibly in this, or is it HD? No, I think I'm mixing up the water camera for this one. I don't think HD0 has anything to do with this. That's the floating thing.
Before we get on the water camera,
I'm not even excited about that. So.
This is something else that was released recently here, and this is the DiviMath goggle, and this is basically HD0 technology, military grade.
Right.
Okay. This is for first responders / military.
It's scrambled.
They can actually encrypt the signal. And, both digital and analog environments. And we know that HD0 is a digital. I mean, they look like a gray HD0 goggle. That's what it is. Yeah. HDMI input, analog input, video encryption. It will support digital video encryption with no added latency, exclusive to NDAA. So this is an NDAA product. And if anybody's willing to guess what the price of this is, put it in the chat. I want to see what y'all think this thing's going to cost. No peeking now. You got 6-axis IMU for head tracking, HDMI input. There's a lot here. 1080p OLED, 90 hertz. Yeah, a bit more than $50. But yeah, it's $1,300 for these goggles.
Yeah.
But this is HD0 as NDAA compliant goggle. And they also have the same freaking camera. They have, this is the freestyle transmitter, just in a different color. And here's the Race VTX and a different color. And they're all NDAA compliant. So this can be sold to the government, first responders, military, blah, blah, blah. And ultimately, I think this is where we're heading in this direction. NDAA compliant gear.
I hope
being
not.
NDAA compliant, takes off the scrutiny. So the anti-Chinese stuff, if it's NDAA, it's not Chinese tainted. The Chinese may send us the chips, but we'll put it together somewhere else, and then it becomes NDAA compliant, and nobody's worried about that data anymore. So, but I'm thinking this is going to be what the future holds for us.
I hope not. I hope we don't go to that encrypted, well, the price will come down. You like everything. I mean, when the gear becomes available, it doesn't. I mean, that's going to happen. I mean, we're still looking at $600, $700 goggles.
Yep.
When the price comes down, maybe a little bit, around the 700. You got to think high end. You got to think high end.
Hold on. This is the same goggle as the HD goggle. It was a different software on it. An HD0 goggle, $700.
$700, right?
750.
750, yeah.
So 750 to 1,300 is, that's not even double the price yet.
Yeah,
watch out, Johnny's in the chat. Howdy, fella.
I just hope I can get by these next couple of, we've got a couple launches coming up. To me, can we go into the Ultra discussion? because we are going to talk about, if we're going to talk about walk snail, and I have to fly with walk snail. I'm going to stick an ultra or a camera on it, and I'm going to fly with, and that is our updated Action 2. They've already talked about that. The Action 2 is dead. As soon as this thing comes out,
And the
it will
Action
be
2 ain't that. The Action 2 is well on live right here on my desk.
I'm
Okay.
I'm in on the ultra. It goes right down my alley. It's right. I can test it out. I can have an opinion on it. I like the Insta360 gear.
Yeah.
I did a vlog the other day with the Ace Pro 2, just for the heck of it, because I hadn't touched that camera since I was down the river. The river shots I got from that thing just sitting down were amazing. I'm just looking back at the old footage and I'm like, why am I not using that? Because I like to change up, but I'm just thinking, if I'm going to get that kind of quality and I can be a knucklehead like me and just set a camera down and do my thing, to me, that's worth its weight in gold, So, or mount it to a drone. Hopefully I can replace, I think hopefully it'll have some kind of lens option. I don't, do you have an image of that, Kai, that you can put up with a close up of the front? I know there's a lot of images out there.
I don't have one handy right now, but
are you interested? Obviously, the Action 2 is a great camera. You can't take that. You can't take the Action 2 and say it sucks. There's no way. It's a great camera. It does a lot of really cool things. It's not going to have as big a sensor, maybe the same sensor. I think they were talking 1/1.3 with this, with this mini, which brings it up to the level of the Action 2. But I love the pod. The pod thing is so cool. I just love to take a camera, travel, get a small form factor, bring it around. Nobody really cares, Yeah, look at that big lens cover right there. So that's an ND filter, but it's a protection.
Well, that's the dive cover. That's
cover, yeah. Gives it that's a blue filter or whatever they call that. But
I don't know if that's a filter, but
well, it's a cover. It's giving it a layer of protection. Yeah, it's pretty neat. I'm really looking forward to this launch. I'm very interested in that. So it does have that's the almost DJI, which I'll probably won't be able to touch. But look at the grip that has. People don't understand that with that little camera, you do need some form of grip, to use it. Even though you're going to use it and attach it or magnetically mount it, every once in a while you're going to take a picture with it. I've been using a selfie stick grip. Just
you got the flip up screen, one screen instead of two screens.
I just like that I can jump in the swimming pool with that thing, man.
Well, I mean, you had a lot of cameras you jump in the swimming pool with. Some of them didn't work out well because
everyone except my Canon can I jump in the swimming pool. I technically could take the Canon in the swimming pool. I just have to get a housing for it.
Yeah, but what was the other thing? Oh yeah, the battery compartment door open or the SD card compartment door.
The battery is it's not a very long lasting battery.
No, I remember you taking one of your Insta360s in the pool, but you forgot to close the battery compartment or the SD card compartment, one of those compartments.
That was my Insta360 RS. And that messed up the Wi-Fi thing. It's never recovered from that. So I could never sell it because I can't sell something that's just dysfunctional.
It's the most interesting thing to watch. If you have any diving buddies that like to take cameras with them, and they're 100 feet down or 130 feet down, and now water enters the housing. It's kind of funny because as the water rises in the camera housing, it also rises in their goggle, their mask, because they're crying. Because it's like watching a freaking cannonball coming at you, and you can't move to get out of its way. Like standing at the end of the freight train tunnel, just seeing that light coming straight at you.
Let's see if I can. Let's see.
Bob Casey is here. Now, y'all be good to Mr. Bob.
Let's see if I can find some footage for you from the Insta.
From the Insta drowning?
Yeah, I got some. No, not that. I'm trying to find something fun just to give you an idea. Whoa, this is Insta. I mean, can I show you this guy? Here, you need to see this. Now, this is the Go 3S. Check this out. This is Barcelona, Spain.
Are you going to have to share a screen or something?
I'm gonna. Here it comes. Just give me a second.
So while you do that, I'll share a couple more pictures I just found here. Even has a lanyard with it. All right, let's see what you got here.
Look at that. That is from the Go 3S, taking just still frame shots. Isn't that cool? That's in a dark room.
Spotify Camp what?
That's the new Barcelona stadium they're building. That's for the football team.
Okay.
Yeah, they're making they're building a new stadium for the Barcelona Football Club. BC, what do they call BC? I don't know anything.
Wait a minute. That's a picture of a picture. You didn't take that picture. Somebody else took that picture.
Right, but it's a picture of a picture with a Go 3S. That's freaking great. That's my wife standing there. I mean, that's a great shot. That's a tourist shot.
Off the picture or the what?
This is all Go 3S right there. That's the new stadium getting built in Barcelona, Spain. Okay. And that's a picture of the coffee machine. And, tourist pictures. There's my father-in-law. There's.
Yeah, wait, go back. That guy looked like you.
You like that? Yeah, that's the what do they call the Basilica Sagrada?
Go back to the mask.
I went too far. I got to go back this way.
Yeah.
There.
That you or is that your uncle or what?
But this is all stuff done with that little freaking Go 3S. Look at that. There you go. That's my favorite. Only the penitent man will pass.
It's like the Spanish version of Darth Vader or what?
No, that's video. That's video coming out of there. And you can see that's the limit of its ability. That's 1080p. Let me go to 4K. But yeah, it struggles. It struggles with the small sensor. This is what it's going to fix.
I'm impressed.
This would have been my Ace Pro. Oh my God, this would be just amazing.
I'm impressed. Not about the camera, but the fact that the house didn't catch on fire with you going in it.
No. I'm just trying to find different shots. You can see it struggles a little bit. Now that's not crispy. It's just because because the Go 3S is just made for fun stuff like you were talking about. Bunch of buddies just taking some quick shots. No 4K. It is 4K, but it's okay 4K. Okay, you can see where it struggles. I just have this. But
wait, what's that lizard? Go back. Two pictures.
That one
more. What's that? No, go
right there.
right there at the bottom picture. What's that freaking lizard coming out the ground?
That's the doors to that big cathedral. Yeah, they're giant like doors with with these leaves on. These things are massive.
Why the fuck would they put a lizard in the middle of that thing?
I don't know. I didn't even notice the lizard until you said something. See, we got this is buddy talk, man. They can remember this. We took this picture, and then this was 3 years ago. You
They,
know, tourist
Tim's got it figured out here. Bar cam. That's what it is. It's a bar cam.
bar cam, tourist stuff. But anyway, that's all Instago 3S stuff. Now, if anybody flips me off, let me know, because that would be fun. But you can see that the camera is not able to hit the detail because it just can't. It's too much for that sensor. But it's not bad. If this improves, I
Well, they got a
become
much larger sensor now in that.
okay. There you go. There's the king right there. There's
King
the
of
pious
what?
one right there.
King of what?
That's the king of Barcelona at this point in time. And there's ice cream and anyway, selfies. Anyway, that right there is a cell phone shot, so that doesn't count. You can see the weight with the cell phone, everything changes. It's like a totally, that's a.
Are you going after the church or those lit windows and
I was, I was going after the big shot, yeah, the vertical shot. Anyway, I just wanted to give you that piece of.
Is that somebody murdering somebody there in that top right window?
I'm looking right now. I don't know. I hope nobody's. I don't know. I don't hope I didn't get accidentally catch somebody in the act. You sure it's getting murdered, or is that somebody enjoying their new friend?
I don't know. I don't know. It looked kind of hinky to me there.
All right. Anyway, but yeah, that's all Go 3S shots, and it's fun. I mean, there's another video segment that would be neat to compare, but I brought two cameras, Pocket 3, Go 3S. This year I brought X5 Ace Pro 2, no DJI.
Yeah. You brought DJI. You had your Pocket 3 with you. Don't be
No,
lying.
well, yeah, well, no, I did not this year. I didn't. This one I did.
Barcelona, you did.
Yeah. Barcelona, I had Pocket 3 and the Go 3S. I wanted a fun camera.
For the cruise, you brought the Flip. So there's your DJI product right there.
No, that's true. That's true. I did bring the Flip.
You can't go anywhere without DJI. You're addicted.
I am, but I can't be addicted anymore. I've got to get over it.
We got to find you a substitute.
I got to find another girlfriend.
We got to find you a substitute.
That's what I'm looking for. It's hard to find a substitute when you got, but I think Insta360 is, and then here's that lady from Australia that gave me COVID. All right, I'm not going to talk about her. Okay, anyway.
But the gal from Australia gave you COVID.
I got COVID from this lady. She sat there and she's like, she was by herself. Her husband wasn't there. And you're like, well, where's your husband? You're like, hey, he's sick. And they're on a road trip across Spain. And I'm like, okay, he's sick. What's he? I don't know. He's got a really bad cold. And I'm like, oh shit. And when I got home, we all had COVID.
Well, you're a teacher. You have COVID about twice a year anyway. It's going around in the school here too.
Yeah,
just in time for school startup. COVID strikes.
exactly. Just enough to get everybody sick. It's just, anyway, I'm really excited for the Ultra. I think it was easy to sell my Go 3S. Everybody wanted that camera. It's that good. You use it and enjoy it for a while, and somebody's going to take it off your hands. And now I'm free and clear for the Ultra. Very excited. Now I also brought up the GoPro. So I've been making some comments about that. I want to love a GoPro maybe someday again. Support our US camera people. But
yeah, I think that ship has sailed along with DJI.
You think they're done? You think their innovation is gone?
I understand they're working on something new.
Yeah.
But as far, I mean, from an FPV point of view, their ship has sailed about GoPro 8.
Yeah.
They tried to do some was the 11 was the smaller form factor, or was it the 10 bones and then you had the 11 mini or whatever it was.
Right. Yeah.
But neither one of those ever took off.
No, I didn't want
we're
that.
at what? We're at the 13, and the damn thing is a giant brick that you can't stick on an FPV quad anymore because they're too damn heavy.
Yeah, I'm not going to beat on the 13. I never used it. I have no reason to love it. A lot of people just didn't like them because they were sick of their cameras turning off. And I don't know the truth of that, so I can't complain about it. I don't want to beat up on them. I want them to be successful. I want them to come out of the depths of despair. But I don't think that's going to happen.
They're already selling off their assets. So
here's a really here. I know we're gonna be. Let's see, what's our time here? We're almost done here. I got one more picture.
One more taco time.
I got a picture to share. This one's my favorite picture from Spain. I love this picture, and it's a great one to show camera quality. Okay, it's a great picture to show camera quality. Now look at this. Now this is a perspective shot. And you can you see the castle way in the distance? This is how you can really tell a camera is decent, where you get that depth right there and you can still see a really nice outline, all the way back. I mean, that to me is a Pocket 3 shot. Okay. That is a Pocket 3 shot, I believe.
Yeah, we'll make it big for everybody.
Yeah, that is Pocket 3. And if I zoom in, you see that? Or you can get that zoom shot. I just love that. To me, it's just a landscape picture, but it's neat, And it's a place that I'll never go, but I did capture it, It's a top of a hill. This is outskirts of Barcelona. I don't know what it's called up there, but yeah, so that's when your camera is good, when you can pull. Wait a second, are you even there?
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I'm here. Oh. I'm letting you carry on right now.
I get you. I prematurely got rid of but yeah, so you get those details, I think this one's a Go 3 shot again here.
Where'd you go?
I don't know. There we go. We're back. I turned my picture off, so that's why. And this one here, if you want to share this one right there. This is a Go 3S. So if I zoom into this one, that's not bad. That's a zoom in. That's a crop for that's probably a 30% crop. And that's the Instago 3. And remember, this was our cameras back in the day. This is what we bought a compact camera, So that was to us, that was a successful day shooting, So anyway, so anyway, I just think that's, I'm looking for
And in
one.
case you guys haven't noticed, I've done a little redecorating here over the last weekend. Let's see. Just to show off a little more.
While Kai is showing his new bag, I like your little bin down there
for the 3D printer now, where I can actually get to it.
Oh,
I still can use it as a workbench.
My phone call's coming.
Oh, there's the call. The call for alcohol. Fly smart, fly legal, fly often, fly safe, good time. Oh, okay.
So I think Kai and are looking at Cadix, and he's already back on board. I'm looking seriously at it, and I'm, looking and buying are two different things. And that's soon, because when the next FPV gear comes out, I'm not going to be able to jump on the Neo 3 or whatever, or Neo 2 or whatever they call it, or the Avata 3.
Well, we got the Avata 3, we got the Neo 2, and we won't see any of it.
And the Mini 5. I'm not in, I'm not in the club anymore. And I'm not gonna, and I can't risk it. So, but I know that Cadix is gonna do something,
I mean, I've seen this guy today. He ordered his Mini 4 Pro out of South Korea. Okay. Only thing is, if that thing needs service, he can't get it serviced because it was made for the Asian market or sold for the Asian market, and DJI USA will not touch it.
Yeah.
He would have been so much better off just go to Amazon, get the Sky Rover X1, be done with it.
I agree with that one. You at least got some kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all these guys that order their I mean, on the air units, and this happened was the old 3 units too. When the old 3 units first come out and they got scarce, everybody start ordering from Flybu and Gep RC or Beta FPV. And I mean, right now the best way to order an 04 Pro was a Pavo 20 Pro. Costs what? 260 bucks or whatever it is. It's still cheaper than what you get 04 units for on the used market right now. I'm seeing 04 Pro VTX's camera VTX combo, the whole thing for like between $320 and $350 used units.
I'm looking at
04 lights go for about 150 to 160 now.
Banggood. I'm looking at a 04 for 285 and a light for 130.
Yeah. And then you got tariffs on top of that.
Right. You got all that stuff. But we can't do that. So, we're going to have to live a different life. And
I'm waiting on a package from AliExpress, and I got the funny feeling that thing is stuck in customs for tariffs right now.
Yeah. We'll see. I ordered I told Kai that this is, I got to get going, but I ordered a Pavo Femto from Beta FPV. So we'll see if it gets through. It's a light. It's one of those drones that I want to fly. I like it. Beta FPV, they kind of have this build thing that drives you crazy.
It makes sense for you. You already own the batteries. You already have the battery charger for it. You already have the goggles and everything else. So it does make sense.
Yeah, it's a fun little drone, and hopefully they got the mount right, so it doesn't freaking, like that thing back there, that Adam. What did I call that thing? I can't even remember the name of that thing.
Adam 2?
Yeah, whatever that white thing is over there with the camera that you can't freaking get mounted. But with the cable, if it touches the housing, it freaking jiggles it too much.
Oh
And
no, that's a Meteor.
Meteor. Thank you. It's fun to fly. The Meteor is actually a nice little flying little bird, you know, assuming you charge your batteries up to HV. So
Yeah, there's this whole battery charging thing again.
yeah. All right, let's go. Let's call this one.
Since you're so good with battery charging. All right.
Yeah, I'm.
No more words of wisdom here. Well,
No,
we've exhausted our supply. There's some difficult times coming at us.
and we're just gonna have to.
Y'all just gonna have to feel for Dad here and the DJI withdrawals he's going through right now.
I'm gonna be very sad.
He's gonna be crying himself to sleep tonight.
Yep.
His wife will laugh, but that's what wives do.
Nothing I can do about it. You know, I can slowly milk my fleet away. You know, one thing at a time. Next thing, the Avata 2 will go, and then the Air 3S will be on its way out. And I think the last thing that'll go out the door will be the Neo, because it'll be hard to part with the Neo.
Well, I mean, if you turn the Neo off in mid-flight too, it might go quicker than you thought it would. But
I should just fly it over water and just give it a watery grave.
I watched somebody just sink his Neo into the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
So there's that. And then, well, we just right quick, the hover water thing is coming out tomorrow.
Yeah. The promotion. So you can buy it early if you want to wait around and you live next to
crowdfunding starts tomorrow. There we go.
Neo 2024 drone of the year. Yeah, it was. And 2025. People love that thing. It's fun to fly. I enjoyed it.
Well, all right.
All righty.
Y'all have a good night. We shall see you next week, same time, same place.
Yep.
And until then, adios and bye.